If you become a K-pop idol, then you're not allowed to sneeze, burp, or yawn in public.
It depends on what environment you're at, right? If you're in a very, very serious meeting, like, you kind of like, that's just having
Basic manners. Everything that you post on social media, you have to take approvals.
First 2 years in your career, you definitely have to.
Our today's guest is Jackson Wang, a rapper, singer, songwriter. In this episode, he talks about the dark side of the K-pop industry. Everyone sees the glam, the stage, the stardom, but what's the cost of being a global star?
You have to define ideal love for yourself.
She has her craft, she has her dream. She's super focused on that. I'm focused on that, even if it's different industry or whatever.
What's your biggest dream?
I want to be...
Have you ever experienced heartbreak?
I was in grade 6. She texted me, I'm breaking up with you. It was fucking raining and I had my MP3. I was listening to a song. You know what song I was listening to? It was...
You were born and brought up in China. You trained in Korea. And you are going out for the global presence. Have you ever felt that you have to play by the rules of certain country? How do you spend your money? आगे बढ़ने से पहले इस चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर लीजिए ताकि हम आपके लिए इसी तरह से और इंसाइटफुल और बेहतर पॉडकास्ट बनाते रहें। एंड इस पूरे शो का ऑडियो एक्सपीरियंस स्पॉटिफाई पे अवेलेबल है, जहाँ पे आप हमें फॉलो कर सकते हैं। एंजॉय द शो। Tell me something, like tell me a few things about Korea and K-pop as an industry. What are the rules there?
There's no rules. What, public? Are you K-pop?
No, for you
there's
guys,
no
like,
rules.
What are the rules? I was reading that if you become a K-pop idol, you're not allowed to do certain things. Is it like that? Like culturally, you're not expected to do certain things. Let's say you're not allowed to date publicly. Is that true?
I mean, the company don't say that. And they don't say that. At least for me, they never told us not to. Like, it's just never been a topic that we talked about.
But publicly, like, you're not allowed.
I have no idea, but honestly, we never talked about that. The company never told us something like that.
No K-pop artist talks about it, right?
I mean, talk about art. I think
dating life.
I think for
is it
groups,
more the culture? Like, everybody feels the same way?
I think for groups when they have interview, it's a topic that we just don't talk about, don't mention. Yeah.
But is it culturally or is it like because of the rules of the system?
But for my company and at that time we didn't really talk about it.
Okay.
But I think for 1 year we were not, like, we did something wrong, obviously. We weren't behaving at certain times, and then I think it was for a year, and training days are out when we were debuted. I forgot, but we handed in our phones.
So you were not allowed to check your phones?
Honestly, in the middle, we did some iPads, okay? So, hey, come on, man. Yo, but at the end of the year, and then one of the members just came out. We just had another discussion. I'm like, hey, man, like, we're disciplined enough. I think this shit got to stop now, And then we were like, yeah, I agree with that. And then we just started having our phones back again.
Then you're not allowed to sneeze, burp, or yawn in public?
Sneeze and yawn?
Is it allowed to do that in front of the camera?
No, but I think it depends on what events and what environment you're at, right? If you're in a very, very serious meeting, like, you kind of like, that's just having
basic manners.
Yeah, it's not because it's idol or this or that. No, it's just human manners. Like, you're not going to be in fine dining and jump on the table and dance, right? Like, it's not an idol thing. I just think it's a normal common sense. Right. But if you're just with your friends, whatever, you're live streaming or that, why not? Right.
And for everything that you post on social media, do you have to take approvals? Like, your social media is not controlled by you, but by the management of the agency.
I mean, I think when you're first 2 years into the in your career, you definitely have to. But like I said, when you age, you have the experience. There's a lot of stuff that might be offensive to people. I made a lot of mistakes too, but I learned my lesson, and it wasn't because of, people can take it a lot of different ways, and we are entertainers. We have responsibility. I know that we got to entertain people, but is there still responsibility of, like, just being careful of what you do, So first 2 years, I think
First 2 years. That's
Yeah,
it.
first 2 years, I think. And even like the stuff that, you know, when you post about something or whatever, your intentions were not that, but people can receive it in a million different ways.
Yeah.
So I learned my lesson, right? So yeah, when I was young.
And then tell me about this phenomena, which I really find it interesting. All of a sudden, K-pop is making waves around the world.
It's not me. So you're asking the wrong person. I don't know.
Why? Of course you are. Why do you think Korean music is growing globally so fast?
Have you noticed? I feel like obviously, you know, K-pop is great and like it's doing the thing, the engagement with audience and also like the amount of engagement, you know, just caring about the fandom, you know, the audience, right? I think that's on another level and also like very dynamic and very on like dancing, singing and whatever music that they're doing, you know, it's very dynamic. That's why I think that is what I think. But have you noticed what I want to say is in general, Asian wave is coming big.
Yeah.
Not even just music, films, bro. Like is everything.
Yeah.
And
It's food. It's like everything.
it feels
Talent,
like the
food,
Asian wave is like, you know, like
yeah.
coming. Yeah. You feel that too, right?
I agree. I agree. I think India, China, Korea, like all of us is going places now.
Yeah. So for all the audience that's watching this right now, like Asians, we gotta like this, man.
yeah.
You get me? It's like we're neighbors, bro. Like just, hey, we're the same East. You get what I mean? And we gotta stick together.
Do you feel as a nation, you have to work 2x harder than other people around the world?
I think it depends on what channel you are at. You know, it depends on what you're doing.
Let's say in your field, to build a global presence, do you think there's a lot of Western hypocrisy as well? So do you feel you have to work 2x harder than other people?
Who's other people?
I mean, Western counterparts, let's say a Western musician, somebody who is an American musician. Do you think we have to work harder than them?
I mean, I never thought like Western artist. I think like just any artist or even any. I need to be able to not. I need to be able to not let myself down. You get what I mean? And I think I won't want to defeat and destroy my previous self. That's it. I think that is the thing. And I think, you know, a lot of trends and a lot of this and that, you know, we tend to like, it's so much information these days. You just don't know who you are anymore. Like what you're doing, is this right or is this wrong? Oh, it seems like the trend is going there. It seems like it's that, you know, you lose yourself in it. And I feel like I said, again, just focus on what I do. I'm just, even it's baby steps, I'm just doing this and I'm focusing on this. And I think, you know, the clock will do its thing and then it will be my turn someday.
Okay, explain me what's your process? Because you were born and brought up in China.
Yeah.
You
lived in Korea.
Trained in Korea. Now you tour around the world and you are going out for the global presence. We're talking about your journey in India.
That's crazy.
Right.
But the thing is, I want to understand, you know, I want to absorb and be inspired, but also share, you know, so like I'm sharing to you what happened in China and Korea in terms of the entertainment system that I've been through or this and that. How is it living there? And, you know, I'm sharing, but also I'm learning a lot. Yeah.
But have you ever felt that you have to play by the rules of a certain country?
Play rules? And
like,
I mean,
when you're
like I said, it's common sense. I think it's common sense. Like,
but what's your identity then? Like, see, every musician has some kind of core meaning and identity in the message, which they bring out and then they share in the world.
Yeah.
And the world kind of loves that. They appreciate them for that particular reason.
I think for
what do
me,
you truly feel?
I feel like I've always been a performance artist, you know, and
What do
I
you mean
think
by that?
like my performance, the dynamics of my performance, like live, right? And for me, I think a lot of people know me, but not know as much of my music. You know, I think that is a problem. And I think...
Why do you think so?
I don't know. I think maybe I'm not talking about my music enough. You know, I've been just talking about some other random things, but like, yeah, I think this is a problem that I'm trying to figure out too. But this album that I'm prepping, it's called Magic Man 2. And, you know, as the previous songs that I made in my youth as a kid, I've always been like, I want to be cool. I want to do this. I want to be this and that. And then I took a year off because I haven't been resting for more than 10 years. I feel like I'm always outputting, but I'm not receiving. I'm not thinking. I'm not reflecting. And I just took a year off. I was just thinking, so what is cool? Mm-hmm. I'm just starting, like, I understand we want to be cool in our youth, but what is cool, right? And I start to just think, like, maybe it's just being proud of who you are and just being that. And everyone's standard of happiness is different, right? Just find yours. And I start to dig deep on who I am. Like, what do I love? What do I not love? And what do I believe in, right? What does everything mean? What's the value of my life currently, right? And what's my lane? And then I just started to write personal diaries, and I just converted them into music. You know, about the entire album Magic Man 2 is talking about how I feel. I've never talked about how I feel. I never even written a song for myself. It was just like, oh, this concept is cool, but it looks cool because someone else did it, not you. You get what I mean? Like, it's like you said, you're wearing someone's jacket, you're borrowing it, but it doesn't look. It's not you. Mm-hmm. You know, so I'm just starting to tap. I started to tap into that mentality. Entire album is about how I feel about reality. We all have dreams, but what's the reality? And what's humanity? Dealing with people around us, you know, like, is it just about benefits? And when it comes to you losing everything, who's left around you? Just things like that, just humanity. And what I think about society, industry, any industry. Oh, is it just a show? And every IP is a product, right? And when you're done, they just move on. People just move on to the next show. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
And then that's how I view everything. And also talking about my feelings when I was going through all that, because I debuted at 19. I missed out on my youth. I witnessed all the very amazing moments, memorable moments, but also some dark shit too, you know? Like, I was a kid. I didn't know. I wasn't ready for the industry. I was just lucky enough to be a part of it. And then I was just looking, feeling everything. I meet people. Oh shit, this guy fucked me up. And then like I meet another person, like, oh, he's very good people. And then like just all sorts of stuff, bro. Like the system, this is the system, this is the gameplay, like that. Certain things agreed and then not agreed. Like just a lot of emotions involved. Yeah, man, it's a crazy ride. There's so much more that I feel like it's too crazy to say, but like I questioned humanity so much. I'm like, how can humans do this?
What? Give
like
me
just
an
like it's too, bro. Like anyway, but
give me an example. I'm interested to know that. I'm interested to know your thought process now. You just said that I've talked about so many things. I've not talked about myself. So now let's talk about you and your music and everything that you just said. Like, who are you? What do you love? What do you not love? The question you ask about humanity. Let's go one by one. I want to know about that.
100%, man. I feel honored to share it to you. So the album is talking about all these feelings that I have towards that, right? When I zoomed out and was looking at everything, I feel like that. I feel like this. I'm talking about my feelings and my personal diaries and the songs made. Yeah. These are the lyrics of the song is the diary. So there are songs like High Alone. Like there's 4 chapters in my album. Okay. From manic highs to losing control to realization, and lastly to acceptance.
Okay. So and let's start with high.
Right. And every single song, I feel like that's the entire process of when you encounter any situation in life. That's the entire process. That's life itself. Mm-hmm. This 4 chapter. Yeah. Right. Manic highs. I feel like we're always every single day we might be surrounded with a lot of people that we really love, a lot of people like it's just working, or like just a lot of people around us constantly every day. But we are all at some point, we know that we can't not admit we do feel lonely inside, right? That's the fact of it. And we all die alone. But it's not a good thing. It's not a bad thing. It's just facts that we just need to accept, right? That's how I felt. And also in the music video, I explained that, but also I describe how I felt about the industry. Like I was telling you, it's a show. I don't know if you watched my music video or not, but I will send it to you. It's me in a water tank, right? Just a show, and people are watching it. And then boom, I can't get out of the water tank. I die in the water tank. I'm using this analogy to express how I feel about this, my statement, my message. And people watch the show, they clap, and they move on. It's just a show at the end of the day. You're just a product. It's not a good thing. It's not a bad thing. It's just facts, right? So accept that. And then the second chapter, like there's some songs that I wrote about G-Bad.
Okay.
Gotta be life is so great, but you know, we always want to share love. We always want to like support people, give love to people.
Yeah.
But sometimes people take advantage of that. And you just have to be you get what I mean? So not because we want to be a bad person in those situations. It's more like we got to protect our own will.
Did someone do that to you?
100%. I'm sure somebody did that to you too.
Give me an example.
Have someone done that to you?
Somebody
that you have to be a bad person from what it looks like, but only to protect yourself because they crossed the line.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. But give me a situation when it happened with you.
There is someone that I consider really, really good brother, right? And then to a point that it's also my fault, but it's a good lesson learned, where I trust so much. I'm like, just take care of this, you know, and then I'll do my part. I can focus on here, but it's a working relationship. Yeah. But then you just took advantage of that and just took everything away. But it's not about the material that I lost.
It's the trust that you lost.
Is here, bro. Is the heartbreak here, and that shit can't be undone. But I'm sure everybody has their own story on that. But so that's like another song about how I feel, and that's life.
You spoke about high point. Tell me the highest point which you have felt in your life.
Highest point? What do you mean?
You said the highs of life, the lows of life. When did you feel this is the highest? Like I'm at my peak. Like everything to you looked like fantasy, wonderland.
I haven't experienced that yet, but in my story, I felt like whenever I'm touring, I just feel like I feel alive. And when I don't have to be responsible on the things that I was not good at. Back in the day, I wasn't good at, what do I know about finance, bro? What do I know about legal terms, right? Now I have ChatGPT that could cover a little bit, but what do I know about that? I wasn't trained for that, right? And what do I know about business? What do I know about investment? Nothing. I just trust.
Yeah.
Right? But it's also my responsibility now thinking back, right? At that point, I didn't have to care about that. I was just fighting. I was just sprinting, and I was just focusing on performing creative strategy, directing, writing treatments. I was just in my bubble. But I know like life is not just about that. The responsibility is 360. So there are a lot of stuff I learned. But all those songs that I wrote is just certain moments from the diary. Man, I feel like you really got to be a sometimes. Life is so great, but got to be a time. That's another song.
So you became to that person?
Definitely, man. 100%, bro. Not that person, just these kind of people.
Okay. What do you do? How do you analyze these kind of people?
I don't think they think that, a bad person is a bad person, but they will never think they're a bad person.
Yeah. But how would you know that they're a bad person and you need to be
because there's no it's not something as a brother you would do and as a family you would do, right? That's just not common sense to me, at least. But they did it. And they did it, but at that moment, I just thought, like, that's why there are these songs. You get what I mean? Mm-hmm. But then do I currently in my situation like right now, if you ask me, do I think they're wrong? Probably not. Cause probably they're just trying to hustle in their own. They're just like probably businessmen on steroids. You get what I mean? Like,
breach of trust is just pure evil. That's it.
Yeah, but at the end, that's
that's
what I feel about reality. People are just like that. This is humanity, bro.
You also talked about low point. Tell me the lowest point.
That's a low point, bro. Like that shit, it really killed me, really internally. And it took me a year to recover from it, you know? And now I'm good because all those songs in the album is just my memories that I've been through, all these chapters. Another song about humanity that I feel people don't love to hate. They just hate to love. You get what I mean? People, because it takes more energy to love something than hate something.
Yeah.
Because that's what I felt. People are just, hate to say it, but reality of just society, bro. Everyone's trying to live, right? So I understand that now. But at first, when I encountered that, I wasn't ready for it. That's
what did you feel at that point? Were you depressed?
Betrayed, man. Betrayed, bro.
But did you go low or you wanted to take revenge?
Of course, at a certain moment, losing control, I really wanted to take a revenge. But then at the end, I just accepted it. It took me a long time to just accept and move on with it. So that's why I have a song at the end of the album called Made Me a Man. Whatever this yin yang, bro. Good comes with the bad, bad comes with the good. It's just life. You know, what's good without the bad and what's bad without the good, same shit. So that's a process of growing up and being mature. And this entire thing is my journey, and I'm just sharing it for people. I'm sure everyone has that journey in different aspect. And the entire thing is called Magic Man 2. Magic Man 2 is the character with dark makeup. Why? What does it even mean? It means that people see me as Jackson Wang, see me like in this suit, like this. But at that period, and 5-6 years, what did I feel inside? I feel like that. I felt like that. That's my internal emotions. I felt shit at very, very crazy moment because of the reality of everything, the humanity of everything. But now I just, looking back, I'm recovered. I accepted it and move on, and I matured. I feel like I learned. And I feel like everyone through the process of life after entering industry, even in school, you know, like you, at some point in your life, you will have your own version of that. You will have, everyone needs to go through your own Magic Man to mature. And probably this happens to our parents too.
True.
Yeah.
Have you ever experienced heartbreak?
As growing up till this point, I made a lot of mistakes too, you know, and I would admit to that. You think, and
you broke someone's heart?
Yeah, I did. Just very naive, you know. I was very naive.
Why?
And no, just like I wasn't being responsible, you know, like at a young age, you know, what do I know? You know, so I learned from that. I'll admit, you know, and I have been heartbroken before. Is like, I don't think I don't know if it's called puppy love.
Okay. The kiddish, childish
man,
love.
like,
okay.
Yeah, I remember this, I was in grade 6. And then when you're in grade 6, you say you're together.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean shit, you know, but but it feels strong.
Yeah.
It feels so strong. I remember we were grade 6 or 7, I forgot. And that was the first time Narnia came out, the movie.
Okay.
Like the closet shit,
like,
you walk in, right? And we were watching that. And then the first time in my life, held hands, man. Yo, we were just sitting there, but it felt like I was riding a roller coaster. Have you ever had that when you're young?
Yeah.
Just so nervous, man. I felt like more nervous than in Met Gala red carpet. You know, like just couldn't handle that. I have felt more nervous than my concerts. you know, just anywhere. But then after a few days, I think, she texted me. I remember at that time I had my first phone. I think I forgot what phone it was. Motorola. Is it back then?
Yeah, Motorola.
Yeah, Motorola. And then she texted me, I think I'm breaking up with you or some shit. I forgot. But then I was riding a bus. It was fucking raining and I had my MP3 and I was just looking out the window, just looking at that text and looking out the window. I was listening to a song. You know what song I was listening to? It was by Stan.
What was it? I don't know.
Stan.
Yeah.
I was just I cried like I've more than the rain, bro. Like, yo, I was just on the side. I was just looking out, yo, in my uniform shorts. I was grade 6, man, and this bag on the, I think it was on my knee, listening to the MP3, just looking out like this with my whack haircut. I'm like just looking out, and I remember the guy she told me she's breaking up with me because she is in love with another person called John.
Okay.
No offense to the name, bro, but it's just yeah, man. And so John, this name has always been like a trauma for me, you know. So. Yeah, and I was just looking out. I cried so hard.
But if you had to define ideal love for yourself, what would it be like?
I don't know. I think she has her craft. She has her dream that she's working on. And she's super focused on that. I'm focused on that. And even if it's different industry or whatever, I feel like you said, you know, together we'll empower each other, you know, and motivate each other on the same thing. Yeah. And I think, you know, I don't know, obviously I never experienced marriage or like all that, but I think now maybe I'll look at this 10 years later and I'll regret what the fuck I'm saying, man. Like, what was I saying? But you know, but for now I feel like marriage is like a life partner. I wish I can just meet some best friend, you know, that can really, you know, be there for each other till the day we leave. Yeah. How about you, man? Well, you always asking me questions, bro. Can I ask you one question?
Go ahead, ask me.
Have you been heartbroken?
Yeah, of course. We all have been.
Oh, may I ask a very stupid question? How old are you?
28.
1997.
Yeah. 96. I'll
96.
turn 29 this year.
Okay.
Oh, you're 94.
Yeah.
I still got 2 more years to catch up with your experience.
No, man. I think when you pass 30, your body just breaks down. Like your immune system breaks down.
You just crossed 30.
I'm 31,
you feel that right
bro.
now?
I'm 31, but it's just like, it's not like slowly. It's one day your body, you wake up, it tells you, hey man, I think we're going to shut down. Like, it's just done.
Really? It happens like that?
It happens.
Don't you scare me, bro. Like, just don't.
The recovery rate is slow. And then for me, at least, maybe our body's different, right? For me personally, and when you eat, you have a meal, whatever, you get so sleepy after that.
Yeah.
Right. And oh shit, it's happening to you already?
It's happening already.
Damn.
It's happening early.
Yeah. And then like, yeah, everything is slow, and you know, you just have to take extra care of your body. That's why you got to work harder. Like on yourself. Yeah, that's how.
Tell me your training routine and your diet.
Usually, if I don't have work, I try my best. Recently, no, but usually, if I have the opportunity, I would sleep around 8 or 9, and I wake up like 5 or 6. I work out.
Okay.
Empty stomach, work out, and then after I work out, come back, shower, and then do a green juice. And my green juice, which I have shared with my audience before. I want to share my green juice to your audience.
Okay.
I've shared once when I was like 5-6 years ago, but it was whack. It was so bad. I regret. I apologize. But now I updated it. It's only based on detox and anti-inflammation.
Okay.
And try to avoid, like, it doesn't gas you up. Like, it doesn't make you bloated.
Okay. What is it?
All right, man. So 5 or 6, wake up, workout, shower, green juice, a little bit of ginger, a little bit of garlic peeled, right? Half a lemon, celery, a little bit. You know the amount, common sense, man. Right? And 1 or 2 like broccoli, not too much because the texture is too much.
Okay.
Right? And then 1 banana, and then turmeric powder, a little bit. Don't put a crazy amount and be like, Jackson, your list is whack. Have common sense, okay? And few blueberries, 4 to 5, and collagen powder for the skin. If you're over 30, okay. If you're over 30, but if you're like 25, whatever, you gotta worry about that. And the next is parsley. And then maybe cut the cucumber into 3 or 4 and put it in. And then put ice on top. Obviously your blender needs to be like this big. Right? This big. Put ice on top of it and then coconut water. Don't feel everything. Have common sense. Just like maybe 1/3. And then you start to blend. And if it's too thick, just add more coconut water or add more ice. Yeah.
That's every day.
And yeah, that's every day if I may, like usually in China or Korea. That's my everyday.
And if you're traveling then?
I still try to, but I still try to give them this formula. And then a lot of times I may get it, like maybe 2 times out of 10 because it's too much to ask. And the rest of the 8 times they say, who do you think you are? So it is reality, humanity.
You're being humble right now. I'm sure you have your own ways to get your stuff.
No. I swear to God. No, it's not. It's not like that. Yeah.
Okay. And then what? Like after green juice, what do you do?
After green juice, which is almost like close to 1 liter, but I don't chug it like all at once.
Yeah, something I did like before we came.
Just check my iPad, like just making my day. Like, okay, today I'm gonna get this done, that, then. Okay, I know about it. Cool. Just drink, and probably check out some news. Check out what is going on with the world, what is going on with the entertainment world, and what do I need? Like, just strategizing,
Okay.
And also like, what do I want to do next? Just having brainstorming sessions, right? More afternoon, right? And then is when it gets close to afternoon, I take my salad. No, but salad, like the noodles or whatever, I just have 1 meal.
Okay.
And then big meal. And then I watch Netflix while I
eat your stuff. Yeah.
And I watched recently The White Tiger. I really like it.
Nice.
And then, did you watch it?
Too. Yeah.
The ending is not cliche. I like it. Yeah, And then, just watch that after eating. Have my Americano after eating and take my supplements. I eat a lot of supplements.
What supplements do you take? Give me 2 or 3.
Right, brother, right here.
Yeah,
okay, I remember that.
You have like everything. Okay.
Hey, man.
Go ahead.
Management, bro.
All right, bro.
I'm my manager. And what I take, obviously, vitamin C. But I think the green juice has a lot of vitamins already. But it's just that I always still take it. Vitamin C, probiotic, super enzyme, very important. B12, B6, because my body check, I found out that I need those.
Yeah.
D3, is it?
Yeah.
Vitamin D3.
Yeah, D3, yes.
Yeah, that's already 6, right? And then what else? Oh, folic acid.
Okay.
Right. Don't know what is it for. I forgot. But then my report tells me that I need that. And then what else? I think that's about it. Oh, omega-3.
Okay.
Yeah. Omega-3. That's it.
And so that's your supplements. And tell me about your skincare routine. I'm like pretty curious about,
Bro,
why is world obsessed with Korean skincare routine?
I don't think, are they obsessed?
Yeah, the world is obsessed. There are multi-million dollars of companies.
I think not just the cosmetic part, but it's also the lifestyle. Are you going to the gym enough? Are you sleeping enough? And what are you eating? What are you drinking? That's it.
Yeah, but what about the cosmetic stuff? Is there
Me?
like a 7, 8, 10-step routine?
No.
Like
I don't do that. I try to adjust to my lifestyle, what I drink, what I eat, how I balance, Sleep is obviously very important, but I have not been disciplined on that. So much shit to worry about. And then, yeah, it's about that. And are you doing cardio enough? Are you weightlifting enough? Or like just anything? Are you doing Pilates? Or, it's just a lifestyle thing.
Do you feel like the industry you're in, people are obsessed with the way you look, what you do, and just like perfectionizing everything?
I just think that's not just this industry. I think it's just everyone, right? Everyone want to take good care of themselves, right? Everyone want to be a better version of themselves every day. I don't think it's just a Korean thing or a Chinese thing or a Japanese thing or an Indian thing. I just think it's human.
But the show business I'm talking about, not about the Korean Chinese thing. I'm talking about you're in the show business. In the show business, do you think people are obsessed with the way you dress, the way you look, your makeup needs to be on point, your hair needs to be on point, like everything?
Who?
Just people, your audience. Do you think you can just wake up out of nowhere and just walk around?
Bro, that's why I'm going to tell you, I think my audience seen too many of those sides of me. Like, I always go out, beer, like more than you, bro. You don't believe, right? More than you.
I don't.
Bro, tell them to upload it in the comment. You'll be surprised. You'll be like, who's this guy, right? More than you, and who doesn't care what I wear. I'm just going out on the street because I feel like, hey, it's not a schedule for me. I just want to walk around, and they'll see me in the most random places, right? And they'll see me just doing the most random things, right? So I don't have that. And I don't know about other people, but my audience, my fans, or my supporters, I don't think maybe they care, just that I don't know. But I seem to think like they're fine with it, because that's me.
So you're not obsessed about looking perfect?
It depends on the occasion, right?
On the show, obviously, you would want to look.
It also depends on the concept. If I'm having a performance, talking about like something to do with cars, good concept, I'm probably going to be in a race suit, right? Race jacket. But if I'm talking about something about lullaby, right? About like beds, I'll be in a sexy pajama. Right? It depends on what the concept is. Yeah, I don't care. Like, that's why in a lot of my music videos, you don't see too fashionable things. It's more whatever the character is and the concept, the outfit follows. That's it.
Tell me about your dream. What's your biggest dream?
My biggest dream? I want my audience, my fans or whoever, my future fans, or even the fans that's going to leave me soon, like to feel in someday I can be some sort of emotional support for them through music, through whatever. Because all the stuff that I'm doing, I'm just writing, like the music, like even for this album, Magic Man 2, it's just about life. I go through it, you go through it, but it's just different things, but the same logic. And I think from now on, all my music and everything I would just write, it will be my only source of expression. My only source of expression about how I feel about a certain things. It could maybe Magic Man 3 is about love, right? About all the stuff that, I wish I could have done, and all the stuff that I made mistakes on, that I learned and I felt sorry. A lot of stuff that, maybe I wanted to do this, but my heart is telling me something else, just something that I can emotionally give energy to my audience when they're having a bad time, when they feel lonely, if they feel like no one understands them.
Yeah.
You know, and I feel like that's what I believe as me as an artist that I want to do. Be with them in those moments. Yeah.
And how would you measure that you have achieved that?
I have not. I'm trying.
But how would you know? Like at one point, because what you said is very subjective.
Right. How would I know?
Yeah. How would you know that it has happened?
I would know if I meet them one day, right? I would know if I on the streets, whether I meet them in concerts or even in.
But that must be happening even right now. People must be coming to you. Yeah, so it happens. So technically this dream has been achieved.
I mean, in the process of that, but I'm saying, how can I be like a thing that, because this is the thing, Magic Man 2, there's still a lot of audience that, even my audience, don't even know what it means.
Yeah.
Don't know what is it talking about. Don't know what does it represent. So to me, I'm just like, I want to make sure that I can be a part of their what I just said. You know, whether I'm in concert, I see them, or even the letters. You know, the letters they write, I read, right? And yeah, even on the street, just anywhere I could being able to hear that, you know, that means the world to me.
And do you have any materialistic dreams?
Huh?
Do you have any materialistic dreams? By materialistic,
It's impossible.
No, what I meant by materialistic dream is.
Oh, like a
thing. Like maybe I want to fill stadium with 2 lakh people in, like 2 million people in it, or 200,000 people in it, or maybe that stadium, this stadium, maybe a world tour bigger than, I don't know, Coldplay, or
I wish,
or rankings in some way, or I don't know, or like a private jet.
I never thought about that.
A private jet, maybe, like whatever. Do you have a materialistic dream?
Yeah, 100%. Also being able to tour around any place that I want, and also people feel exactly what I'm trying to say and they can relate.
Do you have any idol?
Oh, definitely.
Tell me about one.
In music, or like what?
Tell me in music and one without music, like someone who's not from music.
My dad. Really?
Why?
My mom and my dad.
Why? Tell me one
mental vision. Okay, I'll tell you one thing, okay? Like, it's super personal. By the way, I have a song about my parents too in the album Magic Man 2. In the album, I have a song that I wrote about them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? But why is my mom and dad one of my big idol is because I've seen them, you know, I'm not from a middle class family. Like when they first moved, my mom moved from Shanghai to Hong Kong, and my dad moved from Guangzhou to Hong Kong, become the head coach of Team Hong Kong. Didn't have shit, you know, and I saw my mom and dad did shift, especially my mom. I saw she did a lot of shift every day, 3 to 4 different jobs. And then she would come home, sleep for a few hours, and she doesn't like all the stuff she would provide for us, but herself she would not take them. You know, even you eat first, you eat the leftovers. But as a kid, what do I know? I'm like fucking 5, 6, 7, 8, like young.
Yeah.
You know, and like she would work so hard, and every time when she comes back, she just lays on the floor. And then like I say, "Are you okay, mama?" Like, "Mommy, are you okay?" And then she said, "Oh, give me 5 minutes, I will come up." And she has to take care of me and my brother. Like after all those work, come back, take care of make food for us, and then take care of our homework. And then after we eat, wash the dishes, just clean basically. Because my dad also, he's always traveling for competitions, right? And then, yeah. And then she just basically one woman taking care of the entire family, you know, me and my brother. So I just think she's like, she wanted to save up everything so that me and my brother lives in a healthy environment, because she also knows that healthy environment, at least you will have healthy friends. And, you know, even later on, my mom thought like, even if you guys are very bad at studying, and you can still have some place to live. You can still live with me.
Yeah.
So she saved up 30 years of her saving to get a house, for me and my brother. Like, in case you guys fail in your life, I'm not going to be here forever. I can take all the pain, but I don't want you guys to feel the pain. I want to, at least you still have this house to live in, and that she only had one goal. I figured that out, like, in these 4 or 5 years. But before that, I asked her, she never tells me why. She said she only had one goal, is to do that, provide you guys one house. In 30 years she worked, and so that you guys are failure of humanity, you guys still have somewhere to live. I saw how much they suffered, and
have you ever shared this with them?
Yeah. And my mom always gets so emotional. I just imagine, like, how tough is it for her, That's why I'm a mama boy. Like, it's like we always live under their wings, but now I feel like our wings has the capacity and, like, can work now. So I want to always protect them here. The song that I wrote is about us and our parents. It feels like we're on the same street, but they're just further up. And everything is a cycle. You think when they first had us, you think they were ready to become mom and dad. They weren't ready. You think, why would my mom, for example, I'm just saying personal, why would she work 30 years for one goal? You think when she was young, she never had dreams? You think she didn't want to, like, just have fun and chill, right? And my dad too, you think he never been to a party? You think they never, like, just hang around and flirt? They've done all that. But the thing is, having a family, that's what it really changed people. That's why I see it. I never witnessed it, but I saw it, and it just inspired me a lot. It's
pretty inspiring.
Yeah. So that's why the song is about that. It's songs about, like, let me give you your flowers because you let me bloom. Like, my superpower came from you. So I wish I could be you one day, but I know, like, I wish I could be you. And I feel like I could never be like them.
Do you get time to spend with them?
I live with them, bro. I live with them in Shanghai. Yeah.
Tell me about China a bit.
What's
We
up?
keep hearing that you don't have enough, you can't talk freely in China. Can you?
It depends what you talk about, right? It depends on what you talk about. Common sense.
No, but is there some, because you're so big and you're culturally relevant, do you think, are there things that you can't say in public, or maybe are there statements?
This is how I look at it, bro.
Like, there's statements you're not allowed to say.
No, I don't think there is such thing. I think what it is I'm a performer, I'm an entertainer. And when you or whoever asks me about something that I don't have the knowledge to make a judgment, the fuck am I going to say, man?
Yeah.
Like, that would be irrelevant.
That's
right?
fair.
Right. But if you ask me about, like, stuff in my lane, I can share to you what I think, because I feel like at least have a basic fundamental of knowledge of what.
So there are no restrictions in there.
I don't think there is. I think.
Tell me, what do we get wrong? What do you think the world gets wrong about China?
It's a normal place. And I think, there are a lot of stuff that out of our control, this and that. I don't know, definitely something that I don't have an opinion on, because I don't have the knowledge to speak on about. But it's just that, yeah, it feels like it's just a normal place, right? You have to go there rather than just hear what it's about. You have to come to Shanghai. You go to Chongqing, you go to Chengdu, you go to Guangzhou, Beijing, go to the Great Wall. Just come and feel and see. I'm coming here to feel and see, to learn.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? Then I would feel like I've been there, I felt it. Whatever you tell me, that's bullshit. Because I saw it. You get what I mean? It's the same thing anywhere else. I think China, we have the same thing. Like, whatever you heard, okay, cool.
Tell me, what have you heard which is absurdly weird?
Bro, a lot of like short videos or whatever on the internet and this and that, obviously you've come across with, I think this is just not just about China, right? This is about like any other places, and then it becomes the stereotype. And then it becomes, they're like that. It becomes, one video becomes, they are all like that.
But tell me one specific stereotype which you have come across.
Have you come across it?
No, I've not. I'm just asking you.
Like, for example, let me see. Let me. I think horrible stuff, which I think it's. I don't know what it is, but I think living in Shanghai for myself, I don't think it's true. It's like, is some street a certain alley, or is it a little like not as clean as you think, or is it, hey, is the food is not what do you call, like, is it not clean enough, or this and that? I'm sure every single place on earth you have that side in a certain alley.
Yeah.
Right. We're not in what are we? Are we in a game? Right. Then everything is perfect, structured, built perfectly. No, we're on Earth, man. And I think there's so much misconceptions about, it's just like this, the food, right? This is the places. I'm like, it's not like that. I think that's why come see first. Come see, you will have a better understanding. You will have a better personal experience that you see for yourself, than not whatever other people say. Yeah.
I was reading one very random article about you just to do the research for this.
Up?
And the article was like, you have a very prominent role in shaping China's pop culture in the global world.
No, bro. I just think that
you're the soft power for. Hey, you're a part of a strategy of China's soft power.
Everyone has the freedom to say what they believe in, right? And I think for me, I just represent where I'm from, my hometown.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know about anything else. I don't even want to comment on any about, because I don't know shit about that. But where I'm from, where I'm born, right? Where I'm born and what's the blood. I feel proud of that, bro. Mm-hmm. And those, like, whatever people say, then I'm like, hey, I'm so fed up. I'm like, just come and look at yourself.
True.
If you had a bad experience, oh shit, certain places, I mean, it is what it is, right? But like the entire experience in general, I feel like you should just come and look yourself, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever went through stuff like that? What if, for example, vice versa, right? If are there any stereotypes people say about, like, India or Mumbai?
Yeah, of course. And I feel this is pretty bullshit.
Bro, I am here. Yeah, bro, like this is the same thing, but you feel the same. Yeah.
Sometimes some stereotypes I feel like, they're true, but majority of them are bullshit. Like sometimes,
and then I start, because of those examples, and I start to think, like, I start to question, why is there this stereotype? Like, what's the intention behind that? But this is obviously, I'm just an audience, just like watching, like just seeing this, right? But I just start to think a lot. Yeah. Yeah.
True. And do you feel misunderstood as an individual?
I think this is a very good question, because I really thought about that. When I was making this album, right, obviously it's from my personal experience and what I feel about all these different aspects of life. There's also one question I asked myself: Am I the Jackson Wang that people think what Jackson Wang is, or am I the Jackson Wang who I think Jackson Wang is? So I just pretty much gave no filter on this album, and I could write songs about candies, right? I can write songs about roses, but I needed this album that I want to do. And I feel this is me. This is exactly how I felt.
What's the difference? What do you feel is the difference?
I don't know. There's so many differences.
Between what people feel about you and who you are.
Like in other aspects. Oh, as a C-pop guy. Yes, I am. That's my hometown, but I still have a lot of different sides of me, right? It's just like every different direction. So then I'm like, and then, Jackson has a big team. Jackson has a big team, whoever does this shit. people helping him doing this. A lot of people, probably like 30 people, 40 people with they all think like, you're a big star, but I'm not a fucking big star, bro. This is the reality. Like my engagement rate is the worst, bro. And also, and just to be very honest, I think it's just an aura thing. It's not. And second, I don't have, my team is only 2-3 people. I'm doing maybe like just all like from product. This is the basic, right? From product to what strategizing, the rollout plan, the launch plan, right? And then the directing, writing treatments, right? And then gathering directors and DPs and art team and outfits. What is it? What is it? What's the hair, man? Like what's everything? And then you get, I mean, obviously there's 2-3 people, but the majority lead strategist is me, right? And this year I really want to go to India as one of my big bucket lists. I want to be able to go there and feel.
Yeah.
Because I can't just come in, because I always think when you're just traveling to a place and have concert, whoever that's going to go to the concert is the people that know you. But that's just probably one pocket of that community and local. And I feel like, oh shit, then in order to do that, I really want to spend more time there, understand everything. Just by today talking with you, just walking on the street, doing this and doing that, nightlife, a part of it. I understand I would feel like at the end of the trip, I understand kind of the flow. You get what I mean? And the more time I spend, I feel like I understand more. You get what I mean? So let's do that. But I had to think of that.
Yeah.
No one thinks of that for me. Who? I have to think, when I upload stuff on, my song is out, right? My song is on Instagram or TikTok, right? I have to go and check, did the lyrics fuck up? Or is there lyrics or is there no lyrics? Right? Is it the right part of the song on TikTok, on the Reels, or on IG, Instagram, right? Which is fine. And also behind the scene footage, I have to edit that. Like I have to just every single, if I potentially have what do you call, like a concert performance, right? Music arrangement, rundown, installations, VJs, just everything. But it's not me. I'm sorry if I sound like I'm complaining, but it's not, but I'm saying I feel that's like the responsibility that it has to come from me because it's my idea, right? But I'm talking about some other things where like the marketing, right? I really want it, even on Instagram, that broadcast channel.
Yeah.
I figured out that recently, and I'm like, because I want to engage more with my audience and fans, and that's why I created that. And I want to be a part of, like I was saying, emotionally or whatever, I wanted to share my thoughts and, hopefully could motivate them. I also want to share it to them, like want to be closer to them, but nobody told me to do that. But I think this is responsibility, right? I just have to feel like it's fucking, yeah.
So you do all of these things.
Sometimes I feel helpless.
Why?
I wish I could have, one more, two more people that, can just back and forth idea with me that really cares about this, like that really believes in this, So
you feel there's no one who believes? No,
at least for me, like the people that I met currently is just, I don't know, man. Like I'm still figuring out. And I think I appreciate their effort and time. It's just that I think the puzzles are not, like in the right slot. Yeah.
Do you feel you find difficult trusting people now after that incident? That's why you don't want anyone to come mess up with your vision?
No, I would appreciate if they come in, like at least, offer and deliver and tell you, even if it's a different idea, even telling me, Jackson, shut the fuck up. I don't this. I would appreciate that so much. Or like, Jackson, you should do this. Hey, Jackson, be even disciplining me. I would love that. But the thing is, I always struggle with is I don't feel the care, and I don't feel like, I don't know if you have you ever experienced that when there's your colleague or whatever, when it's a work relationship, a lot of the most common thing they mention is, oh, I thought it was like that. Oh, I thought something. Oh, sorry, but I thought like, I'm like, hey, you could have confirmed that if you really wanted to, right? That's one thing. And second is, I'm like, yo, this is the plan. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's do that. Okay, boom. I have other things to worry about. Boom, I do it. I'm like, and because I might forget this, right? But luckily, I just memo everything in my list. I have a whole list of my to-do list, right? And then I come back. What about this? Oh, yeah. I reached out. They didn't reply. You get me? And then just the entire process stops, the logistic operation, right? So to me, if you care enough, for example, today, your throat, I don't know, maybe your hand is cut. It's bleeding so much, right? I mean, it's a bad analogy, sorry. Yeah. And then you're calling the ambulance. And then are you going to say, oh, the ambulance didn't pick up? You get my analogy, right?
I get it, yeah.
I think obviously it's a very dramatic analogy, but saying, I get it. Right? It's the same logic.
Yeah.
I feel at the end of the day, of course you didn't do wrong. There's nothing wrong with people didn't reply you or whatever, right? But have you tried calling? Have you this or that? To me, it just comes down to how much you care.
I'm from the same school. I hear you and I understand you fully, because I have a similar thought process and a similar intensity that if they don't reply you email again. If they don't do that, you stalk them on Instagram. You find out something and you make it work. There's no other way.
There's a Chinese saying in Cantonese saying "Tiu tiu ma lo tong lo ma." It means every single street or every single direction, it reaches Rome. You get me? On Earth, like anywhere you go, like it's just there's a billion ways to get something done, right? Are you being like, you get me? Is I thinking out of the box, or is it an effort thing, or is it a timing thing, or is it like, are you analyzing what's not working out, right? Or are you just like living day by day? Yeah. And then how do you find out people? Because you said you have 2-3 people. I think that's also one of my biggest problems. I always start to work with friends. For example, I need a doctor, but I have asked my best friend to come in. Hey, what's happening with my heart, man? Like, you get what I mean?
Okay, I get it.
Yeah.
Different thing now.
Because I thought, like, because music, especially art itself, to me, is very subjective, right? It's very personal, right? And it's a feeling.
But that's the problem then.
Right. It's a feeling. So when I recruit someone or invite someone to my team, it's all based off of like, I feel that this person has taste or potential, whatever. So I invite. But we're very close friends. And when you get in, probably like, oh, you never really done this logistic part too much, or that's just a puzzle. And that makes me not able to maximize their strength. Probably their strength is triangle, but I'm like, I want circle, man.
But you might be getting hundreds of offers of people who want to join you.
Please, no, not even one. I don't know where to go. Like,
what are you saying?
No, I swear, I don't know.
But these agencies apparently who are like apparently the big ones, they must be reaching out to you. Maybe not the individuals.
I hope they reach out. Yeah. I hope they reach out.
They must be doing it and you...
But I think I'm reforming my team a little bit. Yeah, I think I'm reforming, and also that I can also be like responsible to the previous, for all my staff.
Okay. How do you spend your money?
I just put it in the account. And probably more than half of it I just give to my mom.
Do you invest or do you spend a lot?
I spend so much. What do you spend on? Production. Spend on production.
But not on personal shit? Like maybe buy fancy cars and stuff like that?
I don't think they're fancy. Are they fancy? And I don't buy like...
Tell me the most ridiculous or like the most expensive thing you've bought.
I don't think bought is the most expensive thing that I lent someone. Yeah.
What?
That I borrowed.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was it?
A lot of money.
You borrowed a lot of money?
No, not borrow. I lent someone.
Okay, you lent it to someone.
Yeah.
And then they never gave you back?
It just disappeared, vanished, bro. Yeah, and the relations...
You give it to a friend?
Relations fucked up, right? And then the money's gone. So I learned my lesson.
There was a study I was reading.
That's also humanity, bro. Yeah. Humanity.
I was reading this study like 3-4 days ago, which was done on 2 million people across, I think, 15, 16 countries. 15, 16 countries, 2 million people, 3 out of 4 people, every 4 people, 3 people said when they gave money to the friend or someone known, they never got it back.
And the relationship is done. Bro, I lent someone for their family. Just some shit I can't really say here. I gotta really respect that, whatever it is too. Just for family, and then turned out it's not for family. Nah. It was at that time like 40% of my income.
That's the...
Man, it's always, I don't know, it's life. Magic Man 2, brother.
Yeah.
Magic Man 2.
Yes.
Acceptance. Accept everything and move the fuck on. That's it. It's life.
Would you lend money now to somebody?
I would say,
would you still do?
I would still say, like, if it's anyone like my friend or whoever that I trust. Obviously, I don't even trust myself too, like at this point for these kind of shit. But like I would, but it's just if it's like. It depends on that level of trust I have to this person, right? But usually I don't suggest.
Yeah.
I would say like, yes, I will lend you, but I think our relationship might end here. And don't hurt each other.
Now I have a rule.
In this podcast, just name all those motherfuckers.
No.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Sorry.
No.
Namaste.
No, but now I have a rule that if I give and forget. Like I'm like, if I'm giving money, I'm not even expecting that it'll come back. So in my head, I ask myself a question, for whatever reason they're asking money for, is it good enough reason for me
to break the relationship?
To forget that even if they don't give me back,
right?
Is it okay for me to continue the relationship with them? If the answer is yes, then only I give money to my friends or anyone who needs it.
But the thing is,
and then I don't even expect they'll give me back. If they don't, it's okay. If they give me, it's okay.
Yes, I thought about that, but the thing is, I would be awkward after that. Like, even I can continue the relationship, but I can't stand that awkwardness.
But if it's for the right reason, I'm okay.
But how do you know it's the right reason, right? At the end,
I don't even inquire. In my head, I'm delusional that it's the right reason.
You brainwash yourself?
Yeah.
That's crazy, bro.
I'm like, this is it.
Okay, cool.
You didn't tell me about your music idol.
Oh, definitely grew up with Neptunes, Prince, Michael Jackson, and as a fan, not saying that it inspired me, but not saying that I want to do that kind of genre, right? Let's just say as a kid, Andre 3000, G Unit. What else I'm thinking?
Do you have any?
Black Street. But anyway, I fell in love with the movie RRR.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, so intense, bro.
Yeah.
3 hours. Usually, bro, it's a test as an audience. I'm just going to speak my honest truth, right? Honest feeling. Any movie that's 3 hours or longer, it's so hard to sustain.
Yeah.
Bro, my eyes were not off of anything, just the screen, because it was so intense. Bro, you have the crazy dynamics of it, the relationship, the human emotions within the two characters, and the intensity of like all the climax shots, and then even the dance at the end. Honestly speaking, if any other movie, like it's so in these kind of setup, like dancing in the middle of a movie or some type of stuff, is very easy to like screw up.
Yeah.
But it never lost my attention. It built more, and I was super locked in on it, man. I was like, so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that scene when the animals come out. I don't know.
Oh, from the house? Not from a house.
No, like from the vehicle,
train,
like from that.
The truck going into the mansion and coming out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like I just love that scene.
Yeah. I love the scene when at the end, them two, close to the end, they were battling on some sand. Well, not sand. It's like in front of this whatever place. They were just battling with dance. And also the first scene in the front where I think the main character caught the tiger or something.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy, man.
Yeah, that was intense.
Yeah.
You're making music with Diljit?
I made a song.
Okay.
Yeah, and he featured it.
And what do you like? Have you seen Diljit's music yet?
Of course.
What do you like about him? He's becoming a global rage now.
Yeah, definitely. I just feel like, because I think one of the things that hit me the most was 3 years ago, I was performing in Coachella with him in Sahara tent, and I finished my set, and the next set was the end of the show, Diljit. Rushed down. I was looking along my friends, really big fan of Diljit. So I was like, damn, like, I wish I can, like, someday, you know, if I'm lucky enough, I want to collaborate with this person, you know, and that was just a thought. And then until like 2 years later, I was making my album Magic Man 2, the song Buck. I was like writing. I was like, shit, this sound, if Diljit, for some reason, like, if he hops on, it would be fire, you know? And so I DM'd him. I said, hey, champ, I have a song. If you vibe with it, please let me know. And if you don't, like, it's all good. Much respect. And yeah. And then he showed me a lot of love and support. And then he, you know, thankfully for me, he just said, give me 2 weeks. Because I think he was shooting a movie or something. Yeah. So he recorded, and then we shot the music video together. We were in a couple shoots together. And aside from the music video, we were in a couple shoots together. And
in a movie or something?
Oh, no. I've never acted before. Yeah,
okay.
But yeah. So we were in other shoots for something else. I think it's going to come out later. But, you know, he's always been like, as an artist, obviously global icon, but I'm saying as a person to me, as a big brother, you know, it's not like he never lectures people.
Yeah.
You know, he never lectures or teach you anything, but through his words, you just have so much shit to learn, you know, like just wise, like decisions. He doesn't, like, I hate to always mention this side of him, but he's like, he doesn't, me, I'm rapid fire. You can tell, right? But he just says few things. And when you really think about it, just is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you believe he believes in destiny, God, and everything? Someone in the universe is making him do things. Do you believe in all of this as well?
Are we talking about aliens?
No, just like he believes in the power of universe.
I feel like there is a reason why the universe is universe. There must be something that we just don't know. There are a lot of different point of views on this, but I think there must be a reason.
Do you believe in
scientifically speaking? Yeah. Right.
Do you believe in God?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, but the thing is, there must be scientifically something is happening.
Yeah. I agree. I also I'm a big believer of science, but I also believe that where science ends, magic begins.
What podcast do you watch?
No, I don't watch podcasts. I just watch my own podcast, but I do love.
Oh, you have too much. Oh shit! You have a scientific podcast?
Yeah.
Where's the room, man? Let's go there and start another episode. 2 hours episode on talk about aliens, man.
That's something I don't do, but I talk a lot of science, researchers, stories, neuroscience, and all of that stuff.
What is it about? Like what?
Like brain science. I love neuroscience. Like the power.
Give me one example.
Like power of what goes on in your brain. Like how do you react? How do you do certain things? What makes you do who you are? How to achieve a thing? How to achieve a not thing? Like all of this I just love. The science of peak performance, the science of behavior, the science of memory and all of that. I just love all of this shit. Like I'm very geeky about neuroscience and human body and evolution.
And do a lot of research on it.
Yeah. And evolution and all of that I love. Not like the sci-fi.
Oh,
you're more into like all that stuff?
No, I just into everything that I don't know. I just want to learn.
Yeah,
you know, like
same.
I feel like there's a reason, man. We never know. We're always like guessing. Even we got it right, we don't know. Right.
I get it. I think there's always a reason. I believe in God too, and I believe that universe is making us do some stuff. There's something somewhere. Someone is.
Or have you think about the other way? We're making Oh, obviously, I understand your point. Because it's out of our control.
Yeah.
In the universe.
It's out of our control.
Bro.
Like it's either like too many people doing too many things together and that's why we all are getting controlled, or it's like someone making all of us do things. I don't know which one's do. Yeah, there's something.
Have you seen a human size and then the Earth size and then the fucking Jupiter size and then Mars and then Sun and then becomes 100 and then goes into the different Milky Ways, a galaxy or whatever. How, do you think entirely we're the one who's alive? There must be something that's alive.
We'll take this on another day.
Okay.
Or else we'll start like another podcast right here. But thank you so much for coming, man.
Hey, thank you.
It was a pleasure having you.
Bye.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, man.
Welcome.
Welcome, bro.
Hi.
How you doing, man? I'm already starting.
I started the interview.
Yeah, I started the interview.
What are your plans tonight? Where are you going? Or,
I wanna go
Or you want to go out somewhere?
I want to go out somewhere.
Okay. What kind of place do you want to go?
I want local stuff. Okay. You get me? This, when you were asking me before we start, you were asking me what's one thing that you find like tiring to answer in Indian media press. I'll tell you, I enjoyed everything, but one answer is, how's your trip so far? It didn't even begin. I didn't even start. Bro, I landed, the first day I landed like around like what, 3, 2? And then first day was amazing. I went to play cricket on the beach.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, remind me of my high school.
Do you know how to play cricket?
Yeah, I do. In my class, I was the best.
थैंक यू सो मच ये एपिसोड एंड तक देखने के लिए. अब आपको 3 चीज़ें करनी है. सबसे पहले इस चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर लो, क्योंकि जितना आप सब्सक्राइब करोगे उतने ही बेहतर और वैल्यूएबल गेस्ट हम ला पाएंगे आपके लिए. नंबर 2, मुझे कमेंट्स में बताओ इस एपिसोड में आपको क्या अच्छा लगा और क्या गंदा लगा, ताकि हम वो मिस्टेक्स रिपीट ना कर पाए. एंड कौन से ऐसे गेस्ट हैं जो आप देखना चाहते हो वापस हमारे पॉडकास्ट पे, ताकि हम उन्हें लेके आएँ और आपको ज़्यादा ज़्यादा वैल्यू दे पाएँ. एंड नंबर 3, ये एपिसोड किसी एक इंसान के साथ ज़रूर शेयर करना, क्योंकि one conversation can change someone's life. I'll see you next time. Until then, keep figuring out.